When we're interacting with other people, we're creating relationships with them. And when you go to college, you're going through an incredible relationship shift. You are leaving behind a set of relationships that you're very comfortable with. Your family, your friends, your teachers, even familiar environment, places that you're familiar with and places you like to go that you know a lot about and you're very comfortable with those. Most of those are an environment that your parents helped you create. You live in a town that your parents moved you to. You're in a school your parents put you in. You're friends with neighbors that live next door to the house that your parents bought, and so on. But now you're in a situation where you are responsible for creating your own set of relationships. New friends, roommates, professors, staff, other people just around you, students, and a whole new environment as well. It's important for you to realize how integral it is to your success here at OU that you become comfortable with these relationships. I remember this time very well in my own life. I went to college when I was 17. It was a little community college about 30 miles away from where my parents lived. I couldn't wait to go. In fact, I had a great time there meeting people. I was only 30 miles away. I would come home every weekend. My parents would take care of me. They'd feed me. They gave me money. My mom would wash my clothes and take care of me. I'd basically drop my laundry off the back door and take off and hang out with my friends and come back, and my clothes would be all washed for me, and I'd go back to school. It was almost like being at high school. So the adjustment wasn't very big for me. As young as I was able to manage that pretty well. After I graduated from college, I went and worked in prison for 3 years, and now I'm 22 years old and decided to go back to college. I moved from Canada down to Texas. I moved into my dorm room, I laid down on my bed, and I cried. 22 years old, 3 years in prison as a guard, and a person of the world, and even so, I was so lonely. I missed my family, who are now 1,000 miles away. I missed my friends. I didn't know anybody at the university. It seems huge to me. I grew up in a small town of about 1,500 people, and this was 10,000 students at the university I was attending. I didn't see a way out of this. What rescued me in the days that came was the relationships that I created at that university. And that's what I think will be so important for you in a way to develop your emotional intelligence and create a positive communication style is to develop positive relationships. Thinking about those times in college, it's amazing how these concepts we've been talking about all kind of come together around relationships. I was a very passive person, as you know, and I had roommates who liked to stay up late and party and play their stereo really loud, and I was trying to sleep, and instead of saying in a very assertive way, "Hey guys, I'm trying to get ready for school in the morning, can you guys keep the sound down?" I laid in bed, held it inside, and then when I got up at 6:30 in the morning, I turned up the stereo, I rustled around, I made a bunch of noise to let them know how I felt. Well, you can imagine how badly that went. And our communication styles were so different and caused all kinds of relationship problems that we ended up leaving as almost enemies. We were good friends when we moved in, but we're not friends now because that whole semester and that whole year went so poorly. It got to the point where we were marking lines on the milk jug so we'd make sure that nobody was drinking my milk. And we wouldn't talk about it, we would just do it. You'd go open the fridge door and pull out a jug of milk, and you'd see Bill's name with the date and a line on it. You say, "Oh, I guess he's mad about the fact that I drank his milk." And the communication was so poor that it created a strained relationship. Because almost all of you are living in dorms in your freshman year, you're all experiencing roommate communication problems. And so I know this will be probably the most challenging time or part of your freshman experience. But I encourage you to think about opening the communication link between the two of you. Make sure that each one of you knows how the other feels. Be honest. Make sure each one knows that they're safe and there's no harm intended, and that the goal at the end is for us to be able to live together in a compatible way. So you're kind of stuck with that person, but there's a whole world out there that you can create now. You need to go outside of your dorm room and find a group, find a set of people with whom you can start creating relationships with. Maybe you're in a sorority or fraternity. Maybe you can find a small group that is doing something that aligns with your interests. OU has so many opportunities for you outside of your dorm and outside of your classroom that will enrich your experience here at OU. And I guarantee you this one thing. that the friends that you had in high school last year and the year before, over time will start to fade. The friends that you make this year and next year will be the friends that you have forever. The people who are most likely to be in your wedding party, who 10 and 20 and 30 years from now you come together to watch a football game at Owen Field. This is the time for you to make those relationships, make the relationships that you are responsible for.